Hello everyone, my name is Michael, this is Justin. I am Justin's physical therapist, and today Justin will be performing the Astrand cycle test to predict his VO2 max. So it looks like Justin has been warming up for about 2 minutes at 25 watts and an RPM of 50. And prior to this warm-up, we adjusted Justin's seat height to the height of his greater trochanter while he was standing next to the bike. I also determined that Justin is at a low-risk stratification for cardiovascular disease and has no risk factors. He is also a physically active and conditioned male who exercises about 5 days a week. Prior to the warm-up, I took his resting vitals and his blood pressure was measured at 115/76. Heart rate was 62 and his RPE was 6. And RPE is the rate of perceived exertion, which is the rating of overall fatigue. And so these values fell within normal ranges, which allowed Justin to begin the test. So it looks like Justin is coming up on that 3-minute mark of warming up, so let's take some vitals. And I will start with your heart rate, Justin. Thank you. All right, thank you. Next, we'll do the blood pressure. I'm going to have your right arm on my left shoulder. Thank you. So looking at this RPE scale, Justin, what is your RPE at?
At about a 6.
All right. 6. All right, so your values were, your blood pressure was 122/77. Heart rate was at 68. And like you said, your RPE was at 6. And so these values are normal because you just started exercising, so everything is good so far. And so let's begin the test right now. All right. So normally we would increase the wattage to 100 with an RPM of 50, but because of COVID restrictions, we're going to maintain the watts at 25 watts for the entire test. Okay. How you feeling so far, Justin?
Really good.
All right. So at that minute 3, I'll take more vitals from you.
Okay.
So we're almost there. Everything looks good. All right. Coming up on minute 3, I'll start with that heart rate again. Thank you. Blood pressure next. Here. Thank you. I'm looking at the RPE scale, Justin.
At about an 8.
8. All right, so your values were your blood pressure was 124/77. Heart rate was at a 70, and like you said, RPE was at an 8. And so under normal circumstances, we would expect Justin's heart rate to fall within 60 to 85% of his heart rate max. And so this range would be 115 to 163, but because we're working at 25 watts the entire test, his values that I just got were acceptable. And so at minute 5, I'll take more vitals from you, Justin. How are you feeling so far?
Feeling great.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Alrighty. Okay, coming up on minute 5, I'll take that heart rate again, Justin. Thank you. All right. Next, we'll do blood pressure. Rest that arm on my shoulder. Thank you. Thank you, Justin. And then your RPE, please.
Still at an 8.
8. So your values for minute 5, blood pressure was 125/77, heart rate 72, and like you said, RPE remained the same. So all these values are still normal. In less than a minute, I'll take that minute 6 measurement, and we'll see where you're at there.
Awesome.
How's everything feeling?
Fantastic.
You're doing great, Justin.
Thank you.
We're almost there. Okay, so we'll start with the heart rate. All right, thank you. And then this RPE scale, Justin.
Still at an 8.
Still in an 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so your values, your heart rate was 74 beats per minute, and like you said, RPE was 8. And so we're gonna stop the test right now because your heart rate fell within 5 beats per minute of your measured heart rate at minute 5 and minute 6 that we just took, which means that you are in a steady state, Justin. So we're gonna stop the test and begin the cool down. And we're gonna cool down for about 3 minutes. Normally we would decrease the workload, but because we were working at 25 watts the entire test, we're just gonna leave it as is. And at the end of the cool down, I will take your blood pressure, heart rate, and RPE again, and these values should drop down within 10% of resting values. Everything good so far?
Yep.
All right, nice job, Justin.
Thank you.